Well, I'll tell you what, losing the Legends World title to Randy Savage did not slow down Roddy Piper. He just picked himself up, dusted himself off, partnered back up with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. They're back tonight to face Sweet Stan Lane and beautiful Bobby Eaton, the Midnight Express.
The following Legends Division tag match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first at a combined weight of 490 pounds, from Glasgow, Scotland, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and from Orlando, Florida, the WWO Mid-Atlantic Champion, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Okay. The Star Wars Imperial March on bagpipes. That is different. Obviously, Hot Rod's doing. Not for nothing. But someone tell our music consultant Hiram Allegro to never do this to us again.
He's usually pretty good, but I bet Piper made with the high pressure. But yeah, seriously, there's gotta be a good rock tune or something in Hiram's music library.
For real.
Okay, skip all that. Orndorff and Piper have been very effective since their reunion. And this one against the Midnight Express could be another stepping stone on the journey towards tag team gold for the pair.
The Midnight Express can go for the long haul. They've even won a buzzer beater or two, so we could be in for a long match. But I am gonna favor Hot Rod and Mr. Wonderful.
Me too, both of them have just been too hot lately. But you believe me, that music was horrible.
Their opponents accompanied by Jim Cornette from Lexington, Kentucky, Sweet Stan Lane, and beautiful Bobby Eaton, the Midnight Express.
Corny never wanted to miss an opportunity to get some work for Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton in the Legends division, and here they are tonight, set to go up against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Hot Rod. And wow, this should be a pretty good match, pretty even match. Both about the same size, same weight, both about the same ability, both old school stars. The only other factor is Jim Cornette standing at ringside. He might be a problem, he might not. His moods tend to change. But all in all, again, like we pointed out earlier, I am definitely leaning towards Mr. Wonderful and Hot Rod winning this match. Oh, I'm sure, like you point out, GB, the Midnight Express might give them a long match, but I think Piper and Orndorff will wind up winning it. Alright, gonna be Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and Sweet Stan Lane for the Midnight Express, starting off in this Legends tag matchup as referee Walt Rothburn rings the bell. They come center ring. Piper locks it up with Lane. Hard slam right to center ring. Piper rounds him up again. Kick to the midsection. Piper locks him back up again. A headlock punch. Piper's gonna insist. Goes behind. Rear waistlock. Headlock punch again. Bobby Eaton hangs him up off the top rope. Rowdy Roddy Piper goes back to work on Stan Lane, rounds him up. Kick to the midsection, tries for the DDT, but no dice. Stan Lane with shots to the midsection, swings and misses. Piper counters with kicks to the leg. Stan Lane counters with a kick to the midsection to Roddy Piper. Winds up the arm on him, has him up. Oh, wow. Oh, that was a wicked arm drag right there from Sweet Stan Lane and into an elbow into the arm to Roddy Piper. And here comes beautiful Bobby Eaton for the Midnight Express. Orndorff with a knee to the head of Bobby Eaton. Stan Lane rolls Piper back inside the ring. Jim Cornette watching the whole thing, clubbing overhand right. Eaton misses with the stomp, misses with the leg drop. Piper just a step too fast, but a kick does connect. Throat chop, kick, clothesline. Rowdy Piper turns it over to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff for his first shots in this one. Running kick stuns Bobby Eaton momentarily. Eaton whips him into Walt Rothburn. Bobby Eaton with a nice pin with a bridge right here. 1, 2. Paul Orndorff kicks out of that one. Kick to the midsection. Beautiful Bobby Eaton with a brainbuster to Mr. Wonderful. Tags in Sweet Stan Lane. The Midnight Express working pretty well as a team. Orndorff catches a running bulldog from Stan Lane. Lane Rounds him back up to a standing position. Gets a hold of the trunks. Has him up vertical suplex to Paul Orndorff. Turns his attention to Roddy Piper. Tags him with a right and a drop kick that takes Piper out to the floor. Kick to the midsection to what? Oh, man. Orndorff quickly counters. Whips Lane to the ropes. Ducks under. Has him up. Lets him just drop face first into the canvas. Roddy Piper still out to lunch. Orndorff rounds him up. Stan Lane catches another headlock punch, this time from Orndorff. Rear waist lock and elbow from Stan Lane. Orndorff with a set of hard rights and a double shot to the midsection gets a hold of Stan Lane. Whips him to the ropes. Another elbow that takes him down to the canvas center ring. There's a stomp to the midsection as well. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff lit up here. Bobby Eaton making the save for the Midnight Express. Orndorff quickly making his way up to the top turnbuckle, but no good. Here comes beautiful Bobby Eaton with a nice Hurricane Rana to Orndorff. A drop kick to Orndorff takes him down to the canvas again. Looks like Roddy Piper's back at his tag corner finally. Bobby Eaton with a shoulder tackle to Orndorff's center ring. Mr. Wonderful evades a drop kick there. A chop across the chest, a second and a third. Mr. Wonderful with a nice suplex to beautiful Bobby Eaton. Eaton rounded up again. Here's a lockup, and Mr. Wonderful going to take him to his team's corner. Smashes his head into the buckle. Turns it over to Hot Rod. Here comes a double team. Bobby Eaton whipped to the ropes. There's the drop toe hold. There's the elbow as Roddy Piper assumes command for his team. Goes after Stan Lane, catches a shot to the face. Not a good thing. Bobby Eaton on the outside now. Wow, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff stalking him on the outside. Stan Lane gets a hold of Roddy Piper, gets him back inside the ring. Bobby Eaton turns around and turns it back onto Piper, gets a hold of him. Piper counters with elbows to the midsection. Backs off Bobby Eaton. Piper with a neck breaker to Bobby Eaton. Takes himself to the top turnbuckle, but too late. Here comes Stan Lane on the tag. Here comes Mr. Wonderful. Fresh partners all the way around. Running bulldog to Mr. Wonderful from Stan Lane. Orndorff steps out, steps back in. A right from Lane, an elbow from Orndorff. A jawjacker from Lane. Orndorff gets a hold of him, whips him towards the ropes. Here he comes, up and over into the back body drop. The ref damn near caught it there. Hard shot to the side of the head from Mr. Wonderful. Paul Orndorff with a nice double axe handle takes him down. Starts beating his head against the canvas. Stan Lane might want to consider tagging out at some point. He rolls to the outside, tries to go after Piper. He is nuts. Wow. Oh, man. Stan Lane with a grip on Orndorff. Has him up against the ropes. Hard whip to the ropes. Misses with the rising knee. Orndorff, here he comes again. Puts on the brakes against the ropes. Quickly counters Stan Lane. Whips him towards the ropes. Ducks under. And an elbow takes Stan Lane down. Roddy Piper comes in on the tag. Stan Lane back to a standing position. Piper takes him down with a drop kick. Covers him dead center ring. Covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Bobby Eaton just resuming consciousness. Not in time to make a save here, but Piper goes right back to work. Here's a nice headlock takedown from Hot Rod. Stan Lane getting squeezed over here. He counters, finds his way out of the hole. Roddy Piper standing right there waiting for him. Wow. Yeah, Hot Rod has definitely not cooled since losing the Legends World title. He just shifted into another gear. Stan Lane counters. Orndorff with a cheap shot. Piper goes behind, takes advantage of the moment, has him up for an atomic drop, and down goes Sweet Stan Lane. Piper was mounted lefts to the head of Sweet Stan Lane. And it is all about Piper and Orndorff at the present time. The Midnight Express trying to find a way out of this mess. Slam, face first into the canvas goes Stan Lane. Roddy Piper gathers him up, leg sweep from Stan. Oh, he is busted open bad. Here comes beautiful Bobby Eaton. Stan Lane steps out and he is all messed up. Whip to the ropes. Nice hip toss from Roddy Piper. The Hot Scott goes right back after Stan Lane, hangs him up on the top rope, turns his attention to Bobby Eaton, who counters with a right, gets a hold of Piper, whips him to the far right corner, charges, catch. Ooh, Piper caught all of that elbow. Down he went. Roddy Piper catches an arm snap from Bobby Eaton. Jim Cornette liking the way things are looking with the Midnight Express starting to turn the match towards their advantage. Suplex sent Piper flying towards the corner. Eaton with a stomp to the leg. Roddy Piper in a little bit of trouble here. Beautiful Bobby Eaton bobbing and weaving. Piper whipped to the ropes. Collision. And into an abdominal stretch. Well, that trick never works. Orndorff making the save for his team. Delivers a kick to Eaton on the way out. Piper trying to make his way to a standing position, but too late. Bobby Eaton already there to greet him. Piper countering with elbows to the midsection of beautiful Bobby Eaton, pardon me. Ooh, inverted atomic dropper right in the store. Bobby Eaton caught all of it too. Oof, shoved into the corner by Hot Rod. He's got him, and running bulldog. And Bobby Eaton ain't so beautiful no more. Piper stalking Eaton here. Quick counter, nice fireman's carry. And a drop kick takes Piper down in the Midnight Express's corner. Eaton winds up the arm on Hot Rod. Snaps it. Wow. Piper whipped to the opposing corner. Bobby Eaton moves in slow. Plays tug of war with Hot Rod's arm against the ropes. He's got him up. Oh, what a wild suplex from Bobby Eaton. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. One. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Here he comes to save the day like Mighty Mouse. Gets a hold of Stan Lane, whips him to the outside. Bobby Eaton with a suplex to Roddy Piper. And Orndorff and Stan Lane getting into it on the outside. Meanwhile, on the inside, Bobby Eaton with another vertical suplex to Roddy Piper. And Piper and Orndorff losing control of this one. Piper with a quick kick gets a hold of Eaton, whips him to the ropes. A rising knee takes Bobby Eaton down to the canvas. Here comes Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Whoa! He misses with the heel kick, catches a kick to the face from Orndorff. Yeah, he did. He messed that one up. That was a 12-piece bucket of stupid crossbody. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. Call this one done. Hot Rod and Mr. Wonderful pick up another win.
The time, 9 minutes and 44 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper.
All in all, a terrific win, with Mr. Wonderful picking up the pinfall for his team. Orndorff and Piper not doing too badly for themselves as a tag team unit. The Midnight Express gave them a decent run for their money, but it wasn't decent enough. Hot Rod and Piper picking up the win. And we'll be back with our 6-man cruiserweight lottery main event right after the break. Don't you miss it for nothing.